Hey, Kevin here. Messing around with my mini lathe a little bit. Had a little problem with it. Had it for about a year. First problem I ever had. But when I was looking it up online, I couldn't find anything what I was looking for on the problem I was having with mine. I found some people talking about it, but nobody that actually had a solution. So I just got out here and started playing with it. What happened is I had a gear stripped, or at least what I thought had stripped. Once I dug into it a little bit, I discovered it was actually the keyway in the center of the gear had spun and stripped. To kind of show you what I'm talking about here, let's see, I got a gear right here. Get it off of here. Thought the gears had stripped. I had it running wide open. I was doing something for my son on a little lathe project with some wood. This little center part right here actually stripped out, if that'll focus on that for you. That little keyway had spun in the center. Now this isn't actual gear, this is another gear that I just pulled off that I had to take off to get to it, one of the threading gears. At any rate, I kept looking at it and thinking, well, I don't want to spend $15 for a gear. Granted, it would have been fun, or the easy way out, but a lot more fun direction would have been to fix it. So what I did is I had this right here, which is just some aluminum that I had built a foundry, and this was one of the test pours, so it had a few little holes and stuff in it. I wasn't trying to pour it accurate, I was just testing that the foundry melted pretty good. So I had turned on this a little bit and was just playing with it some, and I figured, why can't I take that and make another gear? But I don't have a milling machine and indexing head and all, and I probably could have figured out to do it, but it would have taken way beyond what it would have been worth. So I got that, I turned it down a little bit, and to show you the gear that I actually ended up fixing was right here. And what I did was turned it down, focus in there, left about 4 thousandths clearance, turned the inside of the other gear out, and of course I had to do all this by hand since my main lead screw was not turning. And then once I got it all turned out, I took and cut in with a jeweler's file the keyway. Now the keyway actually ended up right on top of a bad casting part, but it doesn't really affect this, so I just kind of took a file, and it was square, but with bad casting it got in there. So I turned the inside of the gear out, just clamped it, centered it in my forejaw, turned it out, turned the inside of this, drilled it with a 1/2 inch drill bit, and then took and did a boring operation with it, all hand fed, and got it out to the, I believe it's 12 millimeters where it was, with a 3 millimeter keyway. And then I took the aluminum and pressed it into the gear, and actually took and about 4 thousandths clearance, took a little bit of epoxy and put it on there, and then that allowed it to slip right back on there nice and tight. So come around here to kind of show you where this gear goes. I have to pull this one out of the way, and this is a little Harbor Freight 7x10, or at least it started out as a 7x10, it's 7x16 now. This gear goes right up inside, get that backwards, right up inside of here, and it's the gear that your change direction gear runs on. It's not actually one of the threading gears, so I'm glad I didn't just order a set of threading gears before I looked into it. But anyway, I ended up fixing it. It only took me about an hour or so to turn that out. Saved me $15, which is a minimum of what this thing has saved me. It's paid for itself double now with fixing my own stuff and helping other people with a few projects here and there. But that's what I did right there. And then as you can see, when you turn it, I don't have it all bolted up yet, but it's running just fine. And if I turn it on and kind of run it, you'll see that it runs fine. You just have to take your time and actually get everything centered. It's pretty tight. I'll let y'all know if there's any issues once I get it back together, once we get it under load, but I don't foresee any. Gonna put it all back together now, try it out, and see what we got. Alright, now we come back, and I got everything back together in here, just to kind of show you. Just like it's supposed to. Now my lead screw is turning again. Nice fix, took an hour, saved myself $15 or so, and everything's good to go. Kind of fun doing it too. I hope this helps some of y'all out. Thanks.